Alright, ladies and gentlemen, Melina's gonna model here, alright? Gonna try to walk very sexy, alright? Gonna try to use my beauty in this video, alright? To make me extremely powerful. Now, I'm watching things like makeup tutorials from Jeffree Star and uh, Nikita Tutorials, and I'm like enthralled. I'm loving it. It's so cool. I really didn't think I liked Nikki Tutorials videos. I totally thought she was not glamorous at all. I totally thought this girl is, well, first of all, she's transgender, which I'm not sure if she had the sex change or not, but I'm not sure what she did, but she's transgender. So I'm like, good for you for being able to do these things, because she's super popular, and for some reason Jeffree Star, I think Jeffree Star is actually a male, but like she's very popular. She's doing her own thing, she feels good. So it's kind of nice to see, right? Human rights, minorities, right? It's kind of nice. But yes, so Nikki Tutorial, I didn't think I'd be into that. I really didn't think I'd watch her show, her videos. I thought she'd be kind of boring and everything, but she was actually pretty good. She does a lot of makeup tutorials and different reviews on things to approve different makeups and things like that. So I'm like, that's cool. She's doing a good job, and I'm liking it. I'm actually liking it. So, I'm like, this is cool. She's doing a really good job. I'm really thinking this is kind of nice. She's adorable. She's obviously very kind of cutesy. Jeffree Star has more of an edge to him, or her, whatever he wants to go by. But Jeffree Star has more of an edge. But you're like, holy, like, Nikki Tutorial is actually pretty good. I was like, that's kind of cool. I was like, and she's more adorable, right? Like, if you want something like edgier, you're gonna watch Jeffree Star in terms of makeup tutorials and makeup reviews. But if you want something cutesy, or you want to just get a review maybe by somebody else other than Jeffree Star, I mean, there's people, and there's women too that do reviews, and that's cool. I really like watching the women reviews. I'm trying to think who is. I haven't seen really any Kylie Jenner reviews or anything on makeup. I'm not sure if she does reviews. For some reason, I'm thinking she would, but I haven't seen. But Kylie Jenner, I was talking to someone. They said she doesn't look as good in person. For me, I mean, she's totally like plastic, and she's also totally done it for the camera in such a way that she looks good. And I mean, for me, I'm the type of person that looks better in person when you meet me. And I mean, I look very, very good on camera, but there's no special effects when I'm on camera, right? Like, this is me. This is what you get, right? But I'm very, very attractive in person. Like, people are very stunned. A lot of people really don't know how to react when they see me. So it's kind of like, it's kind of like a different world that I live in. But I mean, Kylie Jenner, like, who knows if she looks really good in person, but she's obviously very good looking on camera. And I'm not sure if she's got like tons of special effects or anything like that. Like obviously her pictures could be totally fake. I don't know. And the thing is, with some people, like, you see people on camera, and like especially Instagram models, a lot of them are really fake, like beyond fake. Like, they don't look at all like the same person, and that's sad. Like, we love Instagram, we think it's awesome, but why would we want to see someone faking it so much that we're not seeing the real person at all? Like, it's not even them. Like, if you saw the real person, you'd be like, oh my god, no way, like, that's not real. Like, and like, you wouldn't recognize them. Like, they're totally different. Like, one girl on Instagram, I was totally shocked. She's like really, really beautiful on Instagram, like really beautiful, like wow, like amazing, right? Um, but she's ultra skinny, and you're like, okay, that's she's not anorexic or anything, but she's really skinny. But when you see her in person, and these are Instagram photos, so they could totally be redone and everything, but when you see her in person, she's so much bigger. Like, she's way bigger. Like, she's actually overweight to a certain extent, and you're like, oh my god, like, no way that that's actually her. Like, she's all fake. Like, she's not, none of it's real. And you're like, that's not really right. People people might be trying to be as skinny as she is, which I'm very good at being able to diet and exercise, so I have no worries, and this is really what I look like, you know. Well, I'm million anyway, but yes, this is really what I look like, so people are impressed by me, you know, because I look super, super good, but she actually doesn't even look remotely the same, like not at all. And you're like, you know, like, if you're gonna be watching Instagram, you look at these pictures and you think, wow, that model is so pretty. And you're like, then you realize it's not even her at all, and you're just like, okay, like, what's going on here? So, you know, Instagram is really great. I love looking at the pictures, but sometimes you want to see people that are actually what they look like, and you don't want to be like fooled into thinking they look that way and they don't, right? So, I mean, it's kind of like, well, why would you do that? Like, I just, and the thing that I think, I mean, the thing that I think about that too is like, um, if you look a certain way and you have sort of like a certain persona on camera, right? And then you have a certain persona in real life, and it's very different. Like for me, I use no special effects in my pictures. I mean, the angles are perfect, but angles mean nothing, you know. Like angles. If you look that good anyway, you can angle yourself that way no matter anytime you want. But yeah, so I mean, I look really, really good. Like this is what you get when you see me, and it's really quite amazing. Like I'm just saying that because I know people have what people have said about me and all that. You know, for me, I'm used to it, so it's plain to me. But I mean, you know, I'm very like good looking. You know, like I'm really good looking. So when you see me in person, you're just like, oh my God, that really is you because I look exactly the same. But the thing about somebody that does it, you know, is totally fake on their persona and Instagram, you know, if you're well known to the world as a certain way, like even if you look at someone like Sia or whatever, right? Like Sia is totally different to the world, but she does that on purpose, right? And she's you can tell she's got a good body, but this girl is like totally different. So someone's talking about the girl that's on Instagram and thinking that girl's not there, and she's right there, sitting right there, and she looks totally different. The thing that I think about that, you know, if you really have to put out a picture of yourself and make it look so different, then how happy are you with yourself, you know? I mean, and even something like Britney Spears, you know, like if she's mass producing pictures of herself that are totally done up or fake, you know, is she really happy with herself, you know? I mean, part of it's part of the industry, right? Like, I mean, if you're part of the industry and it's just natural that if you're working with a certain producer or a photographer, they're going to do that to their pictures, and that's you have no control over that. But if you're totally doing it on your own as an Instagram persona and a beauty influencer, and you're totally different the way you look in person, wouldn't that make you feel depressed? I mean, I'm lucky because I feel very good looking because this is what I look like. No special effects here. This is what I actually look like as Melina, and then as Marco, I look phenomenal too, right? So I mean, there's no special effects whatsoever, like none. So I mean, I'm totally happy because I look this good all the time. Um, but like, if you were somebody that faked it, wouldn't you be depressed? Like I would be like, I'd be thinking to myself like, what's going on? Like I don't look that good, and yet I'm going with this persona all the time. And people, when they see me, they totally think I'm a different person. Like, I mean, she's totally typecast as an Instagram person because she couldn't do anything else because she just looks so different that nobody would recognize her. I mean, she could do something else, but I mean, you're thinking like okay, girl, like, why would you do that? Like, I mean, she might just think it's funny. I mean, maybe it's funny to her, but I'm like, holy, like, she looks so different. Like, it's crazy. She's like a lot thinner than the most skinny models, and she's skinny. But she doesn't look anorexic. It looks good, but when she's in person, she's like maybe a size 16, maybe a size 18, and then on camera she's a size 0, maybe less than a size 0. So like on the Instagram, so you're like, holy girl, like wouldn't you feel kind of odd about that? Like I'm thinking like I wouldn't want my look to be that drastically different. So when you're watching the Instagram models, you're like thinking to yourself like, are any of them real? Like you want them to be because you know you see them and you're thinking, wow, like that's crazy good, and then you actually see them in person and they're not that good. But anyway, luckily for you guys, there are people like me who don't do any special effects whatsoever, and I look this good naturally, right? So then you're not worried that there's people that are not like that, and obviously if you're an attractive person, you're gonna know there's people like that because you're attractive yourself. But it kind of puts a total. It's kind of funny. It's kind of interesting, you know. But you're like, holy, like, come on, girl, like, really? Anyway, thank you for watching. All right, bye.